But my one big question is, can they stay comically healthy again? And that was not the case in the rotation. Let's just be clear about that. They had a lot of injuries with pitchers, and they had to backfill that with depth, and it didn't matter. They still...
Because they were scoring so many runs.
You were scoring so many runs, but
and again, but they got full seasons from, flawless full seasons from Olsen, Riley, and Acuna, which when those guys are that good...
Yeah,
it's gonna go pretty far.
Ozzie played 148 games. Ozuna played 144 games. Rosario played 142 games. Arcia played 139 games. Harris played 138 games. That's an outrageous level of consistency. And then Murphy plus d'Arnaud.
Yeah, they barely missed time.
Barely missed time.
And by the way, that's why it's a big question, because they don't have the position player depth. This farm system is not necessary. They traded Von Grissom, obviously, and that's fine. I understand why they did that. There are still arms that we could see come up and help in the case that Charlie Morton, who's old, gets hurt, or Chris Sale gets hurt, or Lopez turns out not to be a starter. But the bench, which right now is David Fletcher, Luis Guillorme, Duvall, Kelnick, whatever, that's where they are thin. And so now even, again, it's still going to be an above-average offense if Austin Riley gets injured, but that's, if you're identifying a possible concern, that is one of them.
The reason I'm not concerned about that, though, is I think it will even out, because this is their rotation last year. Ready? 11 starts for Jared Schuster, 7 for Dylan Dodd, 7 for hurt bad Kyle Wright, 6 for Mike...
That's another one. Another first rounder. They're all right, thanks for your time. Goodbye.
6 from Mike Soroka, 6 from Alan Winans, okay? 5 from Yanni Chirinos, 3 from Colby Allard, 2 from Darius Vines.
Colby Allard, another one.
It's just... They were really hurt in the rotation last year.
Yep.
I think they will be less hurt than they were last year in the rotation, and more hurt than they were last year in the lineup. And I think that will even out.
Injuries impossible to predict, but I totally hear what you're saying. Key players, I'm going with Sean Murphy. Sean Murphy, who, again, first half of the year, it's like, oh my God, he's the best catcher in baseball. Here are the Braves. They did it again. Olsen's amidst this amazing season, and they just got both of them from Oakland, whatever. Murphy was atrocious offensively in the second half. One of the worst hitters in baseball in the second half. Can I ever blame a catcher for having a tough time hitting? No.
But on this podcast, we thank catchers for their service.
Always. They should get on airplanes first.
Yep.
But
1K members, those traveling with children.
But part of the reason their offense was, God tier in the first 4 months was because Sean Murphy was part of that, and he was not part of that in the second half. And so, do they need him to be an above average, that good of a hitter? Probably not. But I am curious where that settles in, because that was part of what made them just a total super team, and it was the opposite in the second half.
Chris Sale, my key player. They traded Von Grissom. I gotta stop saying Grisham. Von Grissom, who young controllable position player that could have been useful for them. Who was gonna play left field. Yeah. They said this before they traded him, remember?
Yeah.
They sent him to winter ball to play left. Chris Sale, 35 years old. He has not been Chris Sale good since, I believe, 2018.
Well, I mean, what is Chris? That's not really a fair thing to... I mean, yes, but what
he has not at some point you can't... Cy Young vote, I believe, since 2018.
Correct.
Okay.
That's a long time ago.
2019, he had a 4.4 in 147. Then he got TJ, didn't pitch in 20. 42 innings in 21, hurt. 5 innings in 22, hurt. 100 last year with a 4.3. If he gives the Braves 100 with a 4.3, they're probably fine with that.
Yeah.
But you could see a scenario where he gives them 17 innings, or he gives them 150 bad innings. Or
no, I think he's going to be good. I think he's either going to be good or hurt.
Okay.
I think I'm not really worried about Chris Sale being bad. I'm worried about him not pitching.
Okay. Because he was pretty mid last year.
Yeah. Again, underlying, overlying. What do we want? There's some positive stuff. I know our friend Foolish Baseball is pretty optimistic.
You know what makes me laugh about the Braves?
How good they are.
Well, there's that. But does this team want the bye? I think.
Well, here's the thing.
Can I just say? I'm going to be very blunt about this. I have a bigger problem with how the Braves handled the bye than the Arcia stuff.
Like complaining about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The way
I feel like the Dodgers complain more.
They both were complaining.
Yeah.
Like,
who didn't complain? The Astros.
Someone asked I think ask Snicker this is like, okay, so you think the layoff is damaging? Would you rather play in the round before? And he was like, no. I'm like, okay. Like, I get why it's difficult. I get why the time off is weird, and that's odd. I understand.
Right.
But that's the setup. It's an advantage.
Yeah.
Enough.
I know. But here's the thing. Even in the world where they wanted to, maneuver it, so they are at least projected to be so far ahead, they're not going to be making that choice.
That's what's funny to me is they don't have a say.
Yeah.
They're too good.
Right.
They're too good to have a choice.
But it is funny if like enough things go wrong, enough guys get hurt where it's like actually close between them and the Phillies at the end.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, actually, I'd rather play immediately after game 162.
Sure.
101.5 is the over-under, Jake Mintz.
Yeah.
That's a large number. Remember, the Dodgers were at 103.5.
On the train on the way here, I said I would take the under, and I'm going to take the over. This team is so good, man. They're so good.
Yeah. I'm going to take the over, too.
All right.
Which seems absurd.
Braves fans.
I don't know.
Are we cool?
No, don't.
What?
You don't have to be cool with them.
I want to be cool. I don't like animosity. Like you have
there
a really
doesn't
good,
need to be.
You got a really good ball club. You got a really good ball club.
There doesn't need to be.
I'm looking
they
forward
don't
to
need to hear
watching
that from you. People know that.
like
the
the
Braves are really ridiculously good. That's the NL East. We did it. We previewed it. On Wednesday, we will preview the National League Central, AL Central on Friday. This was a lot of fun. We will be in the same place again on Wednesday. But again, thank you all for listening. You can email us at baseballbarbacast@gmail.com. 6 p.m. Mountain Time. We are closing submissions for the Baseball Barbacast Fantasy League.
If you're in line, don't stay in line.
Please get out of line. We've had enough submissions. Go home. Don't vote. Don't submit.
Voter suppression from your favorite podcasters.
No, it's fine. Keep them coming. You can still sway us over the rest of the day. But thank you all again. The people who have sent in submissions, a lot of kind words. It's very cool and humbling. The people that have been listening to us for a long time. We very much appreciate you. We will be responding to as many of them as possible, even if we're not invited.
Here's
to the
another
league.
thing.
Yeah,
we could have. You folks can play fantasy baseball with one another.
That's true.
If you don't get into our
I've
league.
thought about this, right? Do we the Barbacast Discord?
Dude,
we
what if we do promotion relegation fantasy leagues?
You can earn it and get booted.